SunshinehazeCo. I am Aja A. I don't know what was just going on with this live stream, but we got it. We're here. We're rocking. This video is going to be for the Aries, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising. Before I get started, if you feel like what I'm saying is not resonating with you, go on and check out your Moon and or Rising sign, which I will have linked down below in the description box as soon as I finish streaming this video. I do have a few shameless plugs for you guys. If you don't want to sit through the intro, I'll also have the reading timestamped after it's streamed. But if you are watching now, you're just gonna have to wait. Let's see, you guys. Retrograde series, check out the eclipse series. I'm going to put up 2021 reflection readings and 2022 tarot forecast probably closer towards the end of the month. I'm going to put out another COVID reading too. I know y'all have been waiting for that. Check out the decade pick a card spread. It is timeless. Anytime you check it out during this 10 years, those messages are for you. Because we are coming into a new year, I do have 2 different versions of a New Year spread that you can book with me. They are linked down below. Not yet, but they will be linked down below here shortly. Excuse me, guys. And since we're in a completely new month, we're having another raffle. This month we are giving away a big 3 personalized numerology. Sorry, not numerology. Natal chart. All the words. Big 3 personalized natal chart report. They typically run for $25 on my shop, but if you want to win one for the free, stay tuned to the end of the video and I will tell you how to do so. All right, y'all. It's hot. It's so hot. Let's get into your reading. Today is going to be a typical 4-card spread, looking at the overall energies that are coming in for you for the month of December, any challenges or obstacles that you might be facing during this month. Because we were dealing mostly with your opposite sign, that was Gemini's reading, because we're dealing mostly with your sister sign, Sagittarius's energy for the month. Going to be looking at where you can tap into a little bit of Sag fire and shoot your arrow and start on the journey of retrieving it. And as always, a quick little soul message, something extra for you to take away with you from the spread, okay? Reading with the Sacred Symbols Oracle, the True Heart Intuitive Tarot, and the Prism Oracle for you guys today. And I will also have those decks linked in the bottom if you like them and want to get them for yourselves. All right, Aries. You guys have a real one, okay? It's going to be kind of a real reading. If you don't like the real, just click out the video now. For the first card in your spread, overall energy for the month of December, you've got Shadow, okay? And what I get with this card, the first thing I got when I pulled it, I was just like, oh, Aries, I hope that you guys enjoyed those couple of months where I was telling y'all to be selfish, because I do remember I think it's the past 2-3 readings that I did for you guys. I'm like, Aries, you need to be selfish. You need to give yourself some love, give yourself some light, do some things for yourself, right? Now it's time for you to move away from that. You're moving away from the giving yourself the time, giving yourself the love, and moving into the self-improvement. You got the Shadow card coming up. So what's happening during this month, Aries, is probably triggers, probably situations in which that are going to be going down, specifically to show you the ways in which you need to evolve or, change or progress. I'm not going to stay too much on this card by itself because this goes hand in hand with a couple of the other ones. You have the 5 of Discs crossing you, and you also have the Queen of Discs in that position of where to tap into that Sagittarius energy and shoot that arrow, right? So because you have the Shadow card and you've got a 5 of Pentacles here, what I am picking up on is during this month, Aries, there could be some things, crumbling foundations. This is a foundational card, okay? Pentacles is always our physical, tangible things that we have going on, like our jobs, our dwelling spaces, and even our relationships. And that could be family relationships, romantic relationships, friendships. Those are foundational. This could also have to do with the space that you're living in, like your home. I did say your money. I did say your career, things of that sort. When we get the 5 card and we get the 5 of Earth, it does tend to point to things getting a little rocky in the physical. And what I believe is going to be happening for you this month, Aries, as these things transpire, I think you're going to be on the shadow side, as Aries does when you get a little stressed out, reacting emotionally and emotionally impulsively. And so when these things happen, the reason why this is happening, Aries, is because there are things that you need to work through. There are things that you need to acknowledge about yourself that you need to improve upon. And so when these things happen and they trigger you, it is very important for you to step outside of your emotional reaction, step outside of yourself, outside of what you are feeling and only you are feeling, and look at the whole thing from a bird's eye viewer. See it for a whole big picture type of thing. There are changes. You're wrapping up the year, right? Well, we're all wrapping up the year, but we're wrapping up 2021. And so the energy right now is things that need to die out, things that need to be phased out, things that need to be pushed away. And what is going to be happening is, Aries, during this month, you're going to be getting shown the real. This is not a month in which you get to play around and it's like, oh, I just need to make a little few changes. No, you're probably going to be getting triggered by way of, you know, conversations in your families, by way of, you know, things going down in the workplace, by way of, you know, just certain things shifting. You might be having some issues with your finances that puts you in a space to say, okay, how am I moving that is not beneficial to me? How am I moving that is actually detrimental to me? This Five of Pentacles also points to, you know, Aries, you doing things that are actually creating obstacles and challenges for yourself. Moving into the Queen of Discs here, this card tells me that what's really going on during this month, Aries, is you're just trying to get and figure things out. I get that things might be a little hectic, especially with it being holiday season. I also get that there is a little bit of an air of, how is the best way that I can put this? Like an air of, there's so much going on and I do have options and there are ways that there are coins for me to reach out to, but I don't necessarily know what it is that I want, what it is that I need, and how to get there. Okay? So with this Queen of Discs, it is important for you during this month. And this is a card that she is somebody who analyzes everything. She puts in the work and she also reaps what she's sown. So during the month of December, Aries, I think it is going to be important for you to look at all of the tangible foundational things that you have going on and look at where they're lacking. You know, look at your finances. Do you have enough money saved up? Excuse me. Do you have enough money saved up? Do you have a routine to where you are putting enough money away? Look at your dwelling space. How is your house looking? How's the energy in there? Do you need to move some things around? Do you need to feng shui it out? Like, you know what I'm saying? Look at where the physical things in your life are lacking and start to think about what it is that you can do, what plans you can put into place, and what work you can actually do, what that you can contribute to that can put you into this position of having the success, having the abundance, having the peace and quiet and calm and positivity associated with the things that you need to shift and that you need to change. I just think it is a very important message during this month, Aries, is that you are going to have to be real with yourself. You cannot be on that denial path during this month. And y'all know I keep it very real with you guys, Aries. When you guys are operating in your shadow side, you have this very, very bad. Somebody will tell you something and they will be so right. And you'll be like, no, that's not at all. And then people are just looking at you like, but are you sure? Aries, you got to come out of that delusion this month. You're going to have to come out of that. Everything, my way or the highway. This is how I want it to go, so this is how it's going to go. Nope, you can't do that this month. This month you have to look at things for what they really are, including looking at yourself and your own behaviors for how you are actually putting them out there, and make the changes where they need to be made. Understand that if you do shift these things, that if you do start to, you know, work through those shadow energies and work through those things that are, you know, causing a detriment to you and causing you to be held back from the success that you want to see. Once you start working through those and acknowledging those things, you will find yourself in this Queen of Discs energy. You will find yourself in a space to where you're like, hey, this was my plan. I did the work. This was what I wanted and this is what I got. But you do have to get real with yourself about how you are keeping yourself currently from coming into those spaces, okay? Last card that I want to... well, I'm going to. The last card in your spread is in the soul message, and it is comfort, okay? A couple of things with this card. There's two messages here that I get. Speaking to the readings that I did for you guys last month and I think the month before, in which I was like, hey, you know, love on yourself, be selfish. It is time for you to step out of your comfort zone. Okay, it is time for you to step out of, okay, this is where I feel safe. This is the space that I created, and I'm just going to stay here. Aries, you're not an earth sign. You guys are not earth, and you're also not water. That's very earth and water energy. Like, you guys like to be out there doing the things, but sometimes when you got a little bit too much going on, it doesn't play out the way that you want it to. So what you have to do, you have to start getting real with yourself and looking at the things that need to be cut out. We're in the winter season coming up here shortly. Currently now still in the season of change, but things are shifting and things are going to have to be phased out. And once you start doing that, you're gonna feel a little off. You're gonna feel like you may not belong in the spaces that you're currently coming into. But understand, Aries, you're cardinal. You are cardinal fire, so you have initiative energy, and whatever space you end up in, understand that you previously had already kind of set yourself up to be in that space, and it's just kind of lining up with you now. Another thing with this card, I think it is important, and this is, it's not random, but it is, I feel like it's important to say, as you are working through this shadow work, or working through this density, or working through, you know, this heavy energy of this 5 of discs, like I said, you are going to be uncomfortable. But Aries, be mindful of the things that are causing you discomfort, because they have a little bit to do with the shadow stuff that needs to be cleared out, and that needs to be, you know, rinsed away, so that you have space to bring new things in. All right, as you make these changes, it's going to feel a little different, but understand that once everything transpires, especially and you know, it sounds like we're very far out from it now, but like, you guys, we're already in December, so by the time we come onto your season coming up next year, you're going to be in a completely different energy. You're in the preparation period for it now. So you're in the spot now to where you're like, okay, I got to start getting things ready. I got to start moving out what I do not need. And I got to come up with a plan to put me into them spaces that I want to be in. All right. All right. And those are your readings. Those are your, those are your messages, Aries. I hope that they found you well. I did drop all of my shameless plugs at the beginning, but if you want to book a reading with me, you can do that. I got my Etsy shop link down below. I might suggest the Find Your Zen reading for this one. You know, just finding some clarity. Also, possibly just like a general reading if you wanted something a little bit extra. And I also did mention I would tell you guys how to enter for the personalized Big 3 natal chart report. And this is something that you can't just find online. I do research and I do write these specific to you. So if you're interested, drop a comment that says done, your favorite emoji, and your rising sign. I will keep this open for the month of December. I will shut it down in January, announce the winner in January, and send out your prize then, okay? Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.